Hello everybody and welcome back here once again to our Weymouth series. We are kicking off a new season today. It is going to be our second season in the Premier League after we narrowly survived last season. We're kicking off this season at home against Chelsea. We already know they're going to be one of the top teams, so it would be wonderful if we're able to pick up points against them today. Got a lot to go over. We had a busy off season, so let's switch on over and see some new faces that have joined the club. Starting off with Felipe Gomez. He is a 24-year-old Portuguese goalkeeper that we got for 14 million from Reading. Felipe is an upgrade over Pontus Dahlberg. He has room to grow still. I'm very excited to have Gomez joining our team. He has some really good attributes: 17 aerial reach, 16 reflexes, he can distribute the ball, 16 kicking, 14 throwing. That is what we want to see. He's either footed as well. That is fantastic. And I'm sure he's going to be a big part of our season this year. Hopefully, he can keep the goals out. Next up, we have a young center back. This is Martin Prokopec. 22 years old, Czech Republic. We got him for an absolute steal. It was 89,000, 86,000. What an unbelievable steal. Look at this player. He already has 26 caps for Czech Republic, and he instantly becomes our best center back. To get him for less than 100,000, what a steal. So he's young, he can grow. He already has good attributes: 14 heading, 14 marking, 13 tackling, and look at those mental stats: 18 positioning, 16 determination, 16 decisions, and 16 anticipation. Wow. Once again, what a steal. We didn't have the best defense last year, and having Martin joining our team should hopefully help us in that category. And the players don't stop there. Next up we have George Scally joining us from Arsenal. Got him on a free transfer after his contract expired with Arsenal. He is a 23-year-old striker. He will be our backup to start off the season, but he's going to be challenging Tom Brummer for that starting role. Definitely a very pacey striker. So happy to have George Scally joining the team. Next up, probably my most exciting player to join us this season. It is Ricardo Rodriguez. The 34-year-old left back joins us after spending last season with Wolves, but he is a very, very experienced player. 460 league appearances in his career, 145 international appearances for Switzerland. He has very, very good technical and mental attributes. Of course, his physicals are a little lower than what they would have been a few years ago, but they're not bad at all, and he has been tearing it up in preseason. 7 appearances, 7 goals, 4 assists, average rating of 8.11 in the preseason. If he can continue that here in the season, we could have a really, really good season. Ricardo is going to be our starting left back, so that sees Marcelo move to the bench, but that gives Christian Marcelo a very, very good mentor to learn off of, and Ricardo, extremely excited to have him joining us this season. And then another player that I really, really like, he's one of my favorite players in real life. It is Hakim Ziyech, 34 years old as well. He will be an impact player off the bench. He can play our right-sided inside forward position, or he can play back in central midfield. Both of those are natural positions, and if we need to, he can deputize in any other position in the attacking third. Very excited to have Hakim joining us. Tons of experience as well. Next up, another starter. This is Ware Pakia, 25-year-old German, and he will be our starting left inside forward. He joined us late in preseason, but we got him for 5 million from Hamburg. Looks like a very solid player already. Physicals looking good. Doesn't have any really big standout attributes, but he's solid all around and he has potential to grow still. Hopefully he can have a big contribution to our season this year as we look to avoid a relegation fight this season. And our second to last player that joins our team is Audrey Makingo. He is a 19-year-old French right back that we got from Manchester City. Got him for around 4 million, I believe. 3.8, yeah. But he's going to be our backup right back this season as he looks to develop into a more polished player. But his physical attributes are already very, very good. Has really good mental attributes as well. 18 determination. That is what we like to see. Technicals are a little behind, but I think he's going to turn into a really good player in a couple of years. And then our last player that joined us is David Babka, 17-year-old Czech midfielder. Definitely a player for the future. I'm going to look to see if I can get him loaned out this season. But he is a promising young 17-year-old midfielder, and I think he can turn into a very good player in a couple of years. And we have had quite a few players that have left the club, starting off with Ryan Edmondson. We sold him to Millwall for $9.75 million, so he joins the championship club. Ryan spent 2 years at Weymouth, made 57 appearances, getting 17 goals. I think he's definitely a pretty solid championship striker. Once we got promoted up to the Premier League, he just wasn't quite able to be up to the standard, so once we got Tom Boomer in, he was always going to be a backup. He wasn't real thrilled with that, so we sold him off to Millwall in the summer, and we got George Scally to get in that backup role. Wish Ryan all the best. Maybe he can fire Millwall up into the Premier League. Got a couple players out on loan. As mentioned, Vinicius Monteiro joined FC Cincinnati on a free transfer. And another player that we sold, Charlie Lakin, to Sunderland for $275,000. Spent 3 seasons with the club, making 73 appearances and 4 goals. Charlie was more of a backup player, but he was a very solid player for us. And when we needed him, he even stepped in at left back to fill in that role when we had some injuries. We wish Charlie all the best. Olafunwa has left the club after his contract expired, and he has signed with AFC Wimbledon. I think he will be a very solid player for them. He has some really good physical attributes, and he's very solid defensively. So I think he will do very solid for Wimbledon, who are a League 2 team. That's unfortunate, but I think he's going to be very, very good for a League 2 side. Ellis Sims has also left the club and has since signed for Carlisle. He spent 4 seasons here. He had 74 appearances and got 17 goals along the way. Will Volks has also left the club. He spent 3 seasons with us, getting 94 appearances and 9 goals. Volks brought in crucial experience to the club and helped fire us up into the Premier League. But he was a very, very important player for us when we were in the championship. Hopefully he does get picked up by a team and can have another year or 2 in professional football. I think he could still do a job for a team for sure. Josh Earl has left the club as well. 3 seasons with us, 96 appearances and 2 goals. He hasn't found a club yet, but he does have a couple offers in from Notts County and Mansfield, so it looks like he will be getting a new club shortly. Josh was a very important player for us, especially in the championship. He was our starter then, and even last season he made 26 appearances for the club. And I think whenever he does get picked up by either Notts County or Mansfield, I think he's going to be their starter and will do a very good job for either of those teams. Joshua Muke has also left the club. He was definitely a backup player. Never really progressed into the player I was hoping for, so we didn't renew his contract. He did spend 2 seasons with us, getting 31 appearances and even getting 1 goal. He's only 23 years old, and I think he could definitely do a job for a team if they are at the right level. I think he could still progress into a very solid player. And hopefully a team will give him that opportunity. And the final player that we have released is Helder Costa. He spent just 1 season with us, 26 appearances and 3 goals. Didn't really have the impact I was hoping for. He did also get 3 assists, but I was definitely looking for more of an impact from Costa. But I think his physicals just didn't allow him to be that player I was hoping for. So we didn't offer him a new contract, and it looks like he has since gone to Hungary by a team that I'm definitely going to butcher their name, Fehérvár. And I think he's going to definitely be a very good player for a team from Hungary. So there it is, guys. That is our transactions that we've had in the summer. Lots of players leaving and joining. But I'm very excited about the club we have put together. Preseason was fantastic. It did start off rough with a 2-1 defeat against Fleetwood, who are a League One team. After that, we won every single game. So the team is looking ready to go. Hopefully we can carry that into today's performance against a tough Chelsea team. So we'll have to see how that goes. Season preview, you already guessed it. We're projected to come bottom of the table. I think that is very, very harsh on us. I can't believe they actually did that. We're definitely better than Blackburn. Give us some credit, guys. One final thing to go over before we kick off the season. We are playing the first half of the season at the St. Mary's Stadium in Southampton, as we are waiting for our expansion to finish at our stadium. So we will be moving back to the Bob Lucas Park in February. So until then, we're going to be playing at the 39,000 capacity stadium. Hopefully we can get some big attendances while we are at the St. Mary's Stadium. Alright, so we are ready to take on Chelsea here. And here is a look at how we're going to be lining up today. Gomez in goal, Rufo at right back. Our 2 center backs are Schlotterbeck and Prokopec. Rodriguez at left back. Our 3 midfielders are Stockbridge, Racic, and Yoshida. Our 3 attacking players are Pakia, Felipe Anderson, and Broomer. With the transfer window being closed, this is our team most likely going forward, unless someone on the bench can make a claim for a starting position. The only new players that we could possibly get are free transfers, and I don't think there's anyone that I'm interested in at the moment. So this is what we got. So let us get this one underway, our second season here in the Premier League. Just gotta give Makingo a number here. We'll make him number 35. Sure. Yeah, we are here at the St. Mary's Stadium, taking on Chelsea to kick off the season. Alright, and we are underway here. Come on, you Terras. I'm optimistic that this season we're gonna do better than being in a relegation battle. I feel like we have improved our squad in a lot of key areas. But Chelsea is a very tough first game. And we have our first highlight here. We won the ball off of them. We were looking for a ball over the top, but it gets cut out. And then it goes the other way. And Callum Hudson-Odoi gets the opener for Chelsea. And looking at the stats, it's not looking so good for us at the moment. We haven't had a single shot yet. But this could be an opportunity here, or not. Need to get more out of our team right now. We don't look like we're going to get back in the game at this rate. Need to work harder out there. And we go into halftime. Down 1-0 to Chelsea. We are slightly edging possession, but they are all over us. Got a lot of work to do in the second half. Big second half coming up for us. Can we find a way to get an equalizer here? Gotta push for one. I haven't started off the best in the second half. In fact, Chelsea look like they are doing even better at the moment. But we're going to make our first substitution. We're going to bring on Hakim Ziyech for Felipe Anderson. And we'll leave it with just that at the moment, but there's going to be 2 more changes coming up shortly. Okay, our final 2 substitutions. We're going to bring on Makingo at right back for Rufo. And we're going to bring on Duarte for Racic. And let us just make that change right there. That'll be all 3 of our subs done. We need to have an impact from someone. We are running out of time. This could be an opportunity. We have a throw-in. Alright, keep and hold of possession. That's good, except that was terrible. Tammy Abraham threw on goal. What a save by Felipe Gomez. That was terrible from Martin Prokopek. He had Schlotterbeck and he just held on to the ball. Not good enough. Come on, yes. We have won the ball back here. Let's push for it now. Can we get the equalizer? Just a couple minutes left of the 90. Go on, Rodriguez. He whips it in. Oh, Ziyech. He could have been the hero for us. And I think that was our opportunity done. It is. It ends 1-0 for Chelsea. Ah, Ziyech. So close to the equalizer there. That was a disappointing result. We did not look good at all. 44% possession, 4 shots, 2 on target. Just dominated by Chelsea in the end. Not the way we were looking to start off this season, but we already know Chelsea are one of the best teams in the Premier League. I think we'll be alright. We got a lot of new players that need a gel. So hopefully here in the next couple games we can get some cohesion going and really find our rhythm. But yeah, that was not the way we were looking to start off this season. But that's where this episode is going to come to an end. Lots of changes to the club since the last time that you saw us. Hopefully our new crop of players are as good as I hope they are. We'll just have to wait and see how they end up. But if you have been enjoying this series, make sure you leave the video a like down below. If you're new around here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. And until next time, it's been your Boyd147.